Okay, so here we go. The unexpected part two of the facial cream saga. Um, I don't know if my phone just timed me out or if I hit stop instead of pause. Either way, here we go with part two. So you can see that the cream has been put into its jars, and then the last thing that we'll have to do is put its little protective cap on, like so. And then the other cap goes on. And then those are all set for labeling and putting on the shelves in the apothecary. And I have to go wash my hands. I'll be back in just a moment. I have one or two more things to share with you. Okay, so the couple of things that I wanted to share with you concerning the face cream is you can keep it, in your medicine chest or on your vanity or your dresser or whatever at room temperature. Or a lot of people like to keep it in the refrigerator. I personally keep mine in the refrigerator because when I put it on, it's like really cool and refreshing and it just feels really good. And I did want you to know that the cocoa butter, when it goes in, is solid. That's why it's melted in with the other oils. So as it becomes completely cool, or if it gets actually cold, or if you refrigerate it, the cocoa butter is going to return to solid form. So when you take it out and put it on your fingers, you're going to feel those little pieces of cocoa butter. Not to worry, just, go ahead and smooth it in, and the heat of your hand will make them melt again. The other thing is, what is the other thing? I totally, like, derailed. What is the other thing? Oh, yeah. So I work the magic of making oil and water mix. But ultimately, nature and science prevail, and because we know that oil and water in actuality don't mix without a whole lot of help, eventually, if you don't use your cream quickly enough, the water will begin to, the hydrosols, the rose water, the distilled water, the aloe vera will begin to separate out of the cream. And so you have one or two options at that point. Excuse me, you can either gently tip the container. Where's my other one? I don't know, it's over there, I can't reach it. Tip it and allow the hydrosols to pour out. Or what I prefer to do is take whatever you happen to have. In my house, I have a drawer full of chopsticks. I don't use chopsticks because I never really learned really well how to use them. Like, you don't want to go out to dinner with me at a Chinese or a Thai place and see me try to maneuver chopsticks, because it would be embarrassing to you, because I don't know, I just never figured it out, and probably because I've been using a fork or my fingers my whole life. So anyway, but I always take chopsticks because they're so useful. So what I do, if my facial cream begins to separate a little bit, I just go right into my handy dandy little silverware drawer, get a chopstick, and just mix it right back in. So those are your two choices. And the reason things like that happen is because the product is 100% natural and organic. There are no emulsifiers, there are no chemicals that would prevent those processes, those natural processes, from happening. So it's handled a little bit differently than a mass-produced item that is chemically enhanced to prevent those things from happening. For me personally, I think those are minor inconveniences to put up with, to know that I'm nourishing and caring for the skin on my face with 100% natural, organic products, with no harmful additives, no list of ingredients that I can't even pronounce. Some I can barely read, let alone pronounce. So yeah, to me, those are minor inconveniences. And the last thing that I want to say, I fooled you. I thought I told you I had a couple things to say. Apparently I have a half a dozen things to say. totally derailed again. I have way too many things going on in my mind. Um, nope, I thought I had it, and then it stopped at another station. Hang on. Oh, the efficacy of the cream. That's what I wanted to mention. So, in my younger years, when everybody started going, oh, you got to start taking care of your skin, you don't want wrinkles and fine lines and drooping this and sagging that and whatever. Okay, fine. So, I went to big department stores or places like that, and I bought creams that cost 40, 50, 60. The most I ever spent on a moisturizing face cream that was supposed to prevent all of those things that I was told were really bad for me, wrinkles and sagging and fine lines and whatever, was right around $100. I can't remember now if it was just over $100 or just under $100. And it didn't do any of the things that it claimed it did. And then in hindsight, since I began pursuing a more natural, holistic lifestyle, I think back on, little tiny label this big, and this much of it is taken up with ingredients, again, like that I can't even pronounce or barely read. And I was like, yeah, I'm glad those days are over. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share with you. If you're ready to do something different, if you're ready to do something a little bit more holistic, you can either try this at home yourself, or I do sell it at the Greenwich Apothecary. A jar the size that I just showed you, which is a full 2 ounces, not 0.7 ounces, not 1 ounce, a full 2 ounces, which should last you about, if you use it every night, I'm going to say anywhere from 4 to 6 months is $20. The other thing is, if you're not going to be a regular user and you want to extend its life expectancy, definitely pop it in the refrigerator, because like I said, there are no preservatives in there, only natural ingredients, and at room temperature, after months and months, they will begin to degrade. So if you're not going to use it regularly, the best place to keep it would be in the refrigerator, and then it will last for a year or slightly longer. All right, that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for tagging along today. Sorry this ended up being part 1 and part 2 again. Be patient with me. I'm still learning and I'm trying really hard. Take care, you guys.